Hello, I'm Dr. Helen Pinsanti, and welcome to Doctor, where medical conversation meets everyday understanding for you and your health. Today, we explore something everyone experiences, but few understand: sleep. Specifically, how sleep and our internal body clock, the circadian rhythm as it's called, change as we age. Why do older adults wake earlier? Why does insomnia become so common? And can we retrain the aging brain to rest more efficiently? Joining me today is Dr. Bryn Henderson, a board certified physician and an expert in regenerative medicine. Dr. Henderson, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for the invitation. It's a privilege.
Well, to start, can you explain what circadian rhythm is and why it matters for healthy aging?
Absolutely. Circadian rhythm is the body's internal 24-hour clock that coordinates our sleep and wake cycles, hormone secretion, metabolism, and even cellular repair. It's governed by the suprachiasmatic nucleus. That's a big word, but it's a small structure that's sitting in the hypothalamus that synchronizes our physiology with external light dark cycle. As we age, this rhythm weakens. The light sensitivity decreases, the melatonin secretion declines, and the amplitude of biological rhythms like body temperature and cortisol becomes flatter. The result is a fragmented sleep, early morning awakenings, and daytime fatigue.
So, aging doesn't just affect how long we sleep, it changes how our body times our sleep.
Exactly. With age, the circadian phase often shifts forward, what we call advanced sleep phase syndrome. Many older adults feel sleepy earlier in the evening and wake up before sunrise. Others lose a clear rhythm altogether, experiencing irregular sleep wake cycles, especially those with dementia or institutionalized care settings.
What are the main causes of these changes? Is it purely biological, or do lifestyle factors play a role too?
It's both. Biologically, the neurons in the suprachiasmatic nucleus degenerate with age, and there's reduced expression of clock genes.
Where is this superchiasmic nucleus anyway?
It's deep in the limbic system of our brain.
All right, just want to know where it was bothering us.
Yes, just to continue on the information, the environmental and behavioral factors amplify these effects. The reduced daylight exposure and activity in irregular meal times, medications can desynchronize our internal clock.
All right, how do we diagnose circadian rhythm disorders in older adults?
The diagnosis combines clinical evaluations, sleep diaries, and actography, tracks the sleep wake patterns over weeks. We sometimes measure dim light, melatonin onset, a biological marker of internal clock timing, and in cases with excessive sleepiness or suspected apnea, polysomnographs help rule out other disorders.
Let's talk about treatment. What is the standard of care?
We start with a non pharmacological approach. These interventions, the foundation of which is basic to sleep medicine, include morning bright light therapy, which resets the circadian clock, consistent sleep and wake cycles that stabilize the rhythm, and evening light restriction, which uses warm tones and prevents melatonin suppression. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, for insomnia remains the gold standard, improving both sleep quality and long term circadian alignment. Now, pharmacologically, melatonin and its analogs, like ramipril, can support phase adjustment, especially in advanced or irregular rhythm. Sedative type hypnotics are used cautiously in older adults due to the fall and cognitive risks of these patients.
Well, In your clinic, you do regenerative therapy and peptide-based treatments. Can you explain how the uses of these newer regenerative therapies, peptide-based treatments, work with circadian medicine?
Yes. In regenerative medicine, we aim to restore the cellular as well as the molecular rhythms, not just mask the symptoms. So, NAD plus supplementation that supports mitochondrial function and an axis called the SIRT1 PER2 axis that drives the circadian gene expression. Peptides, like the delta sleep inducing peptide, usually has the mnemonic DSIP, of course, and epsilon are being studied for improving deep sleep and restoring melatonin rhythms. Though human data are still preliminary, it's pretty exciting. Then there's neurofeedback, which helps patients train their brains like you'd train your arm if you were doing curls. Neurofeedback helps patients train their brainwave patterns, and that's associated with relaxation and sleep consolidation.
And you can see that in your training?
Absolutely. Those are
Wow.
reflected on a brain map that tracks all five of the brain waves.
All right, let's bring in traditional Chinese medicine that's been around for 5,000 years. What do they do for sleep and circadian rhythm balance?
Yeah, in TCM, sleep reflects harmony between yin and yang and between the active and the restoration. Aging is seen as a depletion of the yin and the kidney essence, disrupting that balance, and it's replaced and improved with acupuncture, herbs, and practices that aim to restore the rhythmic energy flow. It's very interesting because the studies showed acupuncture can modulate melatonin secretion and rebalance the clock of gene expression, which aligns well with modern chronobiology.
Let's talk about lifestyle and how that plays a major role. What practical steps can our older adults take to improve their sleep and circadian rhythm health?
Wow, there are 9 pillars to this.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I didn't know.
So let's take them one at a time. The first one has to do with the morning light. So you need to get up early. There's evening darkness, no surprise there. Avoid bright screens after sunset and have a regular schedule. Probably that's the most important thing. Consistent with a bed and wake cycle. Physical activity, exercise, boosts circadian amplitudes, and nutritional timing, not just what you eat, but when you eat it. Finish meals at least 3 hours before bedtime. Body relaxation, meditation, or breathing before bed is very helpful. Social engagement, daily interaction, reinforces external time cues. Optimal sleep environments are usually cool, dark, and quiet. Short naps are beneficial but need to be short, limited to 20 to 30 minutes before 3 p.m. These simple behaviors strengthen the circadian clock far more than any pill.
All right, what about follow up? How do you track your patient's progress?
We follow up in about a 1 month cycle, for sure 4 to 6 weeks. Starting therapy, we want to have another map and track the improvements in sleep efficiency, sleep latency, wake time consistency. The diaries are also very helpful quantify the changes. Long-term follow-up, every 3 to 6 months, ensures stability and prevents relapse because the circadian entrainment needs constant reinforcement.
All right, so what's the prognosis for older adults with chronic sleep and chronic circadian rhythm disruption?
With proper management, the prognosis is very good. Restoring circadian alignment improves cognition, which is thinking, mood, and cardiovascular health. But without the intervention, the chronic misalignment accelerates aging, raising the risk of hypertension, diabetes, and neurodegenerative diseases. The key message here is never too late to reset that clock.
So, I want to talk about something. I have patients that come in and they having sleep problems. And the first question I ask is, can you fall asleep And if they say yes or no, and then I say, what time do you wake up in the middle of the night? So can you talk about that, about people who can fall asleep versus patients who can't fall asleep, and then patients who wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning and can get back to sleep, and those who can't get back to sleep?
Absolutely love your topic. In fact, I took a rotation at one time that was at NASA, which is exciting. It was very exciting, but I thought I was going to learn in a sleep lab. What I really learned was the physiology of sleep. So they're probably the world's leading expert if you stop and think about what they have. The issue here is there's actually 3 phases in what you explained. It's falling asleep, staying asleep, and waking up refreshed. And what is the time interval of each? And intertwined now, you have all these intervening factors. Getting up and using the restroom is a pretty big one. If you're male, it's because that prostate's increasing. If you're female, it's because you got an overactive bladder. There's something going on here. If you're up more than twice a night to alleviate your urinary symptoms, that has to be addressed. Because remember, what's happening while you sleep? It's a huge deal. It's when the brain cleans itself, and it's when the neurotransmitters regenerate. So this is nothing you want to interrupt. Heaven's sakes, you want to cultivate it. So the core of sleep is falling asleep, staying asleep, and waking up refreshed.
I'm sure you have a mnemonic for circadian health. What is it?
Well, it's sleep well.
S stands for?
Sunlight in the morning.
L?
Limit the blue light at night.
E?
Exercise early in the day.
E?
Establish a regular schedule.
P?
Practice relaxation before bed.
W?
Watch the caffeine, stimulants, and alcohol.
E?
Engage socially every day.
L?
Lower stress with mindfulness.
L?
Let your body follow your natural rhythms.
Well, thank you, Dr. Henderson, for showing us that better sleep isn't just about rest. It's about restoring the body's natural timing system. If you're struggling with irregular sleep that causes fatigue and you have not gotten any help, even by going to a sleep apnea doctor that sent you to a sleep medicine doctor, and you're going round and round and round with your sleep, you might consider calling and coming to Dr. Henderson's office. He has years of experience with this. You heard him talk about the NASA people trained him. And so he wants to optimize your environment, your daily rhythm, and exploring his emerging regenerative options that he has been doing in his office for years. So thank you for being with us. If you would like to see Dr. Bryn Henderson in person, I encourage you to call 714-639-4013. His office is at 615 East Chapman Avenue in Orange, California. That's in Orange County, California. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, go to my website, www.askdrhelen.com. That's www.askdrhelen.com. Until next time, I'm Dr. Helen Pinsanti. This is Doctor to Doctor, where real doctors share innovative information to bring hope to you for your health. Join us next time. Bye for now.